What's happening, you guys? Today is Monday, the 28th of August. We are currently southbound 215 freeway in San Bernardino, California, at the 210 interchange now. We're on our way to Colton to deliver this load of pork product that we picked up on the last video in at the Lineage Logistics / Smithfield Foods facility in Olathe, Kansas. Ended up not getting a drop. Not a big deal. I've got 2 days of time spent at home. So it was quality time with the family, so I can't complain about that. Wouldn't mind it running miles, but at the same time, never take for granted opportunities to spend time with family either, so really wasn't a big deal. I ended up, I got there on the 26th in the morning, about 9 or so in the morning, something like that. And today we're going to be making a delivery. It is, this guy might be coming over. We'll give him space to come over if he wants over. Yeah, he's got his turn signal on, so let's see if he actually does come over though. Yep, sure is. Okay. It's a 1600 delivery. Current time is just a little bit before 1500 now. I expect to be there between 3:10, 3:15, or 15:10, 15:15, whichever time standard you prefer to work with. Come on. Figured you were going to want to do that anyway. I got to figure out what this hopper driver is going to do. I'm content with kicking back at 60, but I'm eventually going to want his lane as we get closer to the 10 freeway. And these clowns think they're going to sneak by because they're too stupid to want it to go around me. Or get in behind me and pass me on the left like they're supposed to be doing. That or they're getting off the freeway over here. Who knows? Let's see what they do. He's moving right, but is he moving right to exit or is he moving right to... I can watch... Yeah, I'm watching in my hood mirror. I see that Charger, whatever it was, 300 or Charger, whatever it was, moved over to the right. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's in a hurry to get around that truck. Yeah, he's moving. No, I don't know. No, now he's speeding up. Oh, that's a VW. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I wasn't looking at him through the door mirrors. I was looking at him through the hood mirror. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna be making the delivery to the Sam's Club side, which is the 100 row side. Generally, I don't know. You could end up getting the door up on the north side of the 200 row as well. Once we get over there. Go ahead and slide over now, because I do need this lane. Alright, got something that came up in one of our groups. If you guys are not a member of that group, don't have any of our Facebook groups, what's going on here? This is just picking up debris. Yeah, look like he's just picking up debris. Okay, so this is what you call a CHP traffic brake. Where they'll basically turn on their lights and then they'll weave back and forth across all of the lanes to get traffic to stop. Hey, northbound, it should just be a temporary shutdown there. CHP's running a brake there to get debris out of the road. Alright, so anyway, one of our drivers, I don't know which drop yard he picked it up from, but I believe it was from our Fort Worth drop yard. I could be wrong though. Now, he picked up a load there, repowered it to go deliver it in Temple, Texas. Which is about an hour and a half or so drive south of our Fort Worth drop yard. Something like that. Temple, you guys will see me deliver. It's just a little bit south of Waco. About 20 or so miles south. Might be a couple hour drive at most, something like that, but I'd say no more than a 2 hour drive. Alright, well apparently This load that he picked up was supposed to be a dry load. The original driver who picked it up got it from Lyons Magnus in Fresno, California. You guys have seen me do pickups at that same shipper before. Most of the time we pick up there, it is a dry load of flavoring syrups, like for teas and like for their teas and their iced tea drinks or whatever, that kind of stuff. Apparently, though, when he acquired it, though, the reefer unit was running. Not only was it running, but the load was, it was like a -5 or -10 degree setting that it was at. Let me wait for this. Alright, yeah, thankfully he moved over to let me come over. I'll give him a little thank you if I can there. Alright, so, and then one of our Fort Worth local drivers there, Alan, was, I guess, saying that that customer that he's going to, because he's taking it to HEB in Temple, yeah, he says, yeah, they'll reject it if you bring it there frozen. Or, I don't know if they check to see if it has been frozen at all, but if it shows up frozen, yeah, they'll reject it. So, I'm kind of concerned that maybe I'm hoping that driver, well, actually, it might have been a different load. No, I think he said he was at the Tolleson yard. And it was that was a different situation there. They had two issues with reefer temps, apparently. Anyway, though, yeah, this one here, the load was frozen. It was supposed to be a dry load. Got it out of a drop yard. I don't remember if it was Tolleson or somewhere else, or Fort Worth, whatever. But so it turned out that according to JCT's records, I guess the reefer unit got turned on about 6 p.m. last night. That hour. Now, there's a couple of possibilities of why it would have gotten turned on. One would have been either another driver came up looking for an empty trailer, saw the trailer sitting there with the reefer unit turned off, and mistakenly believed that it was an empty trailer, so they turned the unit on to start pre-tripping it, and then found out the hard way after they'd already maybe hooked up or while they were pre-tripping it, whatever, that was actually a loaded trailer. It was either that or maybe maybe a reefer technician might have turned it on to do some checks on it or whatever, and then may have turned it off. But this is at the Tolleson drop yard. Our Tolleson drop yard is in Thermo King's property. The problem there with that is our trailers do not have Thermo King units on them anymore. We used to have Thermo King reefer units on our trailers when I first got here, but they started transitioning over to carrier units not long after I came to JCT in 2018. So it means, yeah, they're not going to do reefer maintenance at the drop yard, or if they do, it's maybe satellite work done by someone from the place I went to a couple times in one of my recent videos, basically the carrier facility in Phoenix. More likely, if there was a reefer unit issue, it would have been taken over to there to get work done on it or checked on or whatever. So I'm not inclined to think that a reefer mechanic actually turned it on, especially at that hour of the day, 6 p.m. It's kind of up on the edge, basically on the back end of a mechanic's shift. I'm not saying that it's not one of them who did it, but it's, I would say, not so likely. Alright guys, we got green light now. We're going to make a southbound turn here onto Rancho Avenue. Make a wide turn here to make sure my tandem's clear this guy over here. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so I would say most likely a driver went in there and thought it was an empty, turned the unit on and just didn't turn it back off after figuring out the hard way that it was actually a loaded trailer. It's a very common thing that happens in with reefer carriers and drop yards and terminals, whatever. Someone will be looking for an empty, and they'll just look for anything where the reefer unit is not running. Especially when it's a carrier that has, like us, where predominantly all of our loads are temperature controlled loads. I would say a good 95% of our loads probably are temperature controlled. Yeah, and not very many of our loads are dry. We do have dry loads, but not very many of them. Now, when I ran with CR England on their OTR side, they did a lot of dry loads, even though we had reefer units, because they did a lot of XPO Conway loads, a decent number of FedEx loads, and then they also did some other stuff that it didn't always need the reefer unit running. Sometimes we do fiberglass loads, or I even did a sign load once. Some more. A lot. They try to, that's part of CR England's business model, where they can do reefer freight, but they, I guess, to try to minimize costs, they'll also focus more heavily on the dry loads. All right. So anyway. Very common problem, I would say. Something that if you do drive for a refrigerated, or temp-controlled freight company like JCT or CR England or Prime or whoever, I want to keep this in mind. Just because the reefer unit's turned off doesn't mean that it's empty. Even if you're with a company like us, where 95%, this guy's past the limit line. Limit line's back there. Back there. Exactly. Limit line over here. Fucking idiots. That happens all the time there too. Fucking idiots. The limit line is like 20, 30 feet away from the intersection for exactly that reason. Get your fucking ass behind it. If you're not getting a stop right there, then go into the intersection and through it. Don't stop right there, right at the crosswalk. That's not where you're supposed to stop, at that intersection. And exactly what you just experienced there is why you don't do that. That space is there specifically for trucks like me to make our right turns without people like idiots like that doing that shit. I was about ready to get out of my truck and ask him what the fuck he's doing now. Did he not see where the limit line is? Now we'll just, we'll show him, we'll get him posted maybe elsewhere as a clip thing, whatever, where this is why you pay attention to where limit lines are at, dipshit. Alright, so, anyway, finishing our story, because we're almost at the customer now. If you do see an empty trim, a reefer unit off, and you're looking for an empty, do what I do first. Go straight to the bill box. Because usually on the front of the trailer is going to be a bill box. It could be a metal, like an aluminum rectangular thing, or it could be a small circle thing where our permits are at, or a tube or whatever. Anything along that line. That's usually where bills are kept on drop trailers. And first thing I do when I come up to a trailer, that if I'm coming up to it from the front, is to go straight to that bill box and look to see if there are any bills in that box. If I go in that box and I see there are bills in there, then I need not look any further. If I know where I'm looking for an empty, if there's bills in there, there's definitely a load in there. It's not, don't waste my time looking any further at that trailer then. Then I move on to the next one. But if there are no bills there, Then I'll go ahead and walk around the trailer. I'll turn the reefer unit on, walk around the trailer and all that. Yeah, do a complete look around as much as I can with the tractor not hooked up yet. Open the doors, see if it's clean or dirty, and you know, whatever else. And yeah, hopefully everything's hunky-dory there. Look like we got a good number of trucks in the driveway over there. Okay, so, and then if it turns out maybe the bills are not there, but there's a seal on the back. This is something that commonly happened at Sierra England. I haven't seen it really happen so much at JCT ever, but it was a very common thing at Sierra England where drivers would try to claim an empty by putting a Sierra England seal on one of their own seals on the back of the trailer to make it look like it was loaded, but you go up to the bill box and there's no bills in there. Alright, here we are at Sam's Club / Walmart / Lineage Logistics. This guy obviously doesn't know that you can use both lanes, as is very normal here. Everybody seems to think you have to be on one side or the other only, but nope, use both sides. Alright, so since I'm short on time here, I'm going to go ahead and let you know if you're at a company like that where you run into that situation where there aren't any bills in a box but the trailer has a seal on it, the first thing I would be thinking is it's probably just a driver putting a bullshit seal on there trying to claim it. But double check. You can always check with dispatch. Ask them, hey, do you got a status on this specific trailer? Even if it's got a lock on it, because I found this out the hard way once myself. I put my padlock on the trailer that I wanted to claim, that I was going to be, because I needed to pick up a load a little bit later on, but we weren't supposed to camp out under the trailers. So I went ahead and put a lock on it. Then later on, I went to go hook to the trailer to leave with it, and found out the hard way my lock got cut off, and another driver took off with it. Well, it turned out they got permission to take that trailer, and actually someone from the shop actually cut the lock because it was verified as being an empty trailer. So something there to keep in mind there, guys. If you have that issue where you need an empty, but you see something that's sealed but no bills in it, I'd start asking dispatch, hey, is this trailer loaded or empty? And if it's empty, cut that seal. If it's showing as empty, cut that seal off and take it, or tell them you're taking it, because they're not supposed to do that. At least that's what I would recommend you do. Alright, I think that kind of covers all that. We'll have some more, we'll get checked in here and then get docked in here as soon as we can. Alright guys, we are checked in. Let me get this map view set up for you guys. Okay, so we're going to be docking into door 256, which is way over on the north end, pretty much on the north end of the other side of the building. But we're going to come over here to by in between doors 117 and 118, or as they call it, the green office first. And actually, you know what? This is probably a better place to be. That way we're not blocking dock doors. Yeah, go ahead. I just want to be out of the way so I'm not blocking any dock doors or drop spots if I don't need to be. Yeah, right here is the best place to be, where out of the way I can do what I need to do, get the bills turned in, and then we're going to go around to the other side and dock in. Most of the time I come here, I dock in on this side of the building. Alright guys, we're checked in now. And now let's get over to the other side. Now normally if you're docking in on this side, get docked in first, disconnect from your trailer and all that, and then walk your bills over here to this office right here. If you're docked on the other side of the building like I am going to be, then you check in here first, and then go around and dock in. When they're done unloading you, they'll bring the bills to you, so you won't have to even come back through here. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Lots of Walmarts getting loaded. I see a JCT drop over here getting loaded. 7530. I think I've seen that one before. Mostly Walmart drops over here. I see a JCT as well as an SRT, a Stevens. Who's that? That's another SRT. See here, England. This one on Endor 170 here. I don't recognize it. That would be Covenant. Okay. Alright, so as mentioned, yeah, door 256 is going to be way up on the, pretty much on the north end of this side over here. It's not the very last door on this side, but it's pretty close. I see somebody coming, but oh no, it's just a yard dog parking his rig. There's Bill. Okay, remember to use the mirror there. Check for traffic coming through here when you're coming around the building. Who's this here? L4551. Not even looking. Whoever the driver is isn't in the truck, and then there's a female in the passenger seat, but she wasn't looking up. It doesn't really look like it's that big a shit show here right now, to be honest with you. I mean, there's some people sitting there waiting, but it's really not that many compared to what I'm used to seeing here. So it's really not that bad. Alright, TFSL is already, let's see, I'm going to stay back here because I don't know what door TFSL is going to. Looks like Sierra England with Walmart is training, trying to teach his trainee how to get backed into a spot over there. Alright, doors open now. You're not quit flying around the damn lot here, stupid asshole. Alright, this guy's not ready to dock yet. They're not even in their truck yet, so we'll go around. First, impatient assholes just have to dock in before everybody else. I should be an asshole back and get in his way and then maneuver around him, because it looks like he's going to 255. I'll tell you what, he's going to be that way. I'm not going to wait on him. Once he gets lined up, I'm gonna get in his way. So, you play asshole games, I play him back. Stop when I see this guy done. normally I would have waited for him, but he wants to be a douchebag, so I don't really give a shit. This guy's obviously in a hurry. Alright guys, we got 113 degree temps here. We're docked in and all that. Just gotta hang out and wait now. I'll have some more for you guys when we're docking out. Alright guys, we are done unloading here finally. We're here for over 3 hours and about 45 minutes or so. Let me get myself set up here correctly. I'm going to go ahead and go on duty driving back to the house. I could PC, but I'm going to get my trailer washed out. Okay. Yeah, I could legitimately use personal convey to get back to my house. I don't know, I might still do it. I bet it's not that big a deal. I already have a load assignment picking up here again tomorrow night. So I could technically send my Revel call now, but I'll just go ahead and wait. Because I'm going to head up to Hesperia, wash out my trailer up there because the I-10 truck wash up the street here is already closed for the night. And I'm going to be heading home anyway, so I'll just deal with it there. And come back tomorrow to pick up my reload. We'll talk in that video, or actually no, I might not do a video for that one because it's coming right back here anyway. So how about I'll just tell you guys where that load is going to. That one is going to the Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, to the Walmart DC over there. But I did get a call from one of the planners while I was busy checking in here. I tried calling her back, but I think she had already gone home for the day by the time I realized that she called. Cause I think I was in the, probably in the receiving office on the other side checking in or something, or at the guard shack or something along that line. Shut up. Pretty certain I was on that side, this side over here of the lot though. Whenever I did it. Or whenever she called. Alright, they sent me my money code for my washout. Alright, so anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we'll just head back to my house. No reason to drag this on. You guys know what's going on. If there's something interesting to show when I come back tomorrow or something, maybe I will post something, but tentatively I don't really expect to. Probably the next video you'll see from me will be the delivery video at Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, okay? Alright, I am starting to use my TikTok account just a tad more again. I noticed that you can do videos for up to 10 minutes long now, and which helps a lot, because that was one of my biggest gripes about TikTok, is having a stupid 6-minute or 60-second or a 3-minute limit or something, and there are times where I need a little bit more time to work with than that. Or just some of the brain dead shit that gets posted on there too. That's another reason why I'm not a fan of using that platform much. But it is yeah, it is a nice compliment to my YouTube channel. So I figured I'll use it, kind of get a little, shorter sidebar shit, I guess. I'm gonna get all the way. We'll pull all the way forward. Get my doors shut and all that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here though. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in Paul's Valley probably. Okay. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you then.